So how do we find the percent composition of cadmium and iodine in cadmium 2 iodide? Well, you come to the right place. First, we got to find the total mass of this compound, and we're going to use this table to help us out. Bam! So the first thing I'm going to do is write down the elements that I see in the compound. So we see cadmium, Cd, and we see iodine, I. Next, we have to identify the number of atoms. That's where the subscripts come into play. So at the bottom of cadmium, there is an invisible one down there. So that means there's one cadmium. And there are 2 iodine. Then we're going to take those number of atoms of each element and then multiply it by the mass of that particular element. Where do we find the mass? You got it. Periodic table. So let's take a look. So cadmium here is about 112.41. And iodine is about 126.90. Those units can either represent gram per mole if you're solving for molar mass, or AMU if you're solving for molecular mass. The units of mass are different there. However, the magnitudes of the numbers are the same. All right, so let's write those in. So it's going to be 112.41 for cadmium, and then iodine is 126.90. And then all we're simply going to do to find the total mass of the element now is just multiply the row across, right? So if each cadmium weighs this, and you have one of them, then obviously the total mass of the cadmium there is going to be 112.41. And then same thing for iodine. This is the mass of each iodine, but you have 2 of them, so you're going to multiply it by 2 to find the total mass of iodine, right? And that's going to be 253.80. And then all we're going to simply do to find the total mass of the compound is to then add up this column. And that's it, right? When you add that up, it comes out to be about 366.21. So here it is. Here's the total mass now of cadmium 2 iodide. It doesn't matter if you're going to use gram per mole or AMU. It really doesn't. We're just going to use the magnitude here to keep things nice and clean. Okay, so this is the first step. The second step now is to simply just calculate these percentages by doing a simple percent formula. I'm going to add another table. No, not another table. I'm going to add another column to the table. Another table to the column. All right, so just give me 2 seconds. Bam! So now in order to find the mass percent of cadmium, we simply have to take the total mass of that cadmium, which is about 112.41, so 112.41 units of mass, divided then by the mass of the entire compound down here, so that is going to be 366.21, multiplied by then 100, and this is a simple percent calculation, right? We have part over whole times 100. So when we do this, right, the percentage works out to be about 70%. All right, so that is the percent now of cadmium in cadmium 2 iodide. And then last but not least, we're going to take the total mass of iodine, the 253.80. We're simply then going to divide it by the total mass of that compound, right? You identify the pattern now, right? Nice and easy. And then we're going to find a percent of roughly now 69.30. And if done properly, these percentages should then add up. Let me make that nicer. These percentages now should add up to be 100%. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. I hope this helps. If it does, give us a hand, like and subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.